Hey everyone, my name is Josh. I am an American currently living in Ireland. I decided to film my journey here, trying different things with my American palate, kind of getting an idea on it, the similarities, the differences, what really separates and unites us here in Ireland and back home in America for me. So today I decided to start by trying something that I feel like no matter where you are in the world, you love sweets, candy. So I brought a little bucket, a little Halloween bucket here full of candy. I put just a mixture of some of the most popular candy bars that they have here in Ireland that they sell pretty consistently. They're not all necessarily Irish, but they are the more popular bars in Ireland. The difference I've found so far between what they sell here and what they sell in America is in America we have a lot more sour candies than they do here. The only things I've really tried here are the really popular things from America. So sour Skittles, regular Skittles, Starburst, things like that. Just that's kind of prominent across the pond as well. It's very different. If you want me to talk about that more, I'm happy to. Maybe I'll do something on TikTok for that. But I just wanted to try the more popular things here for the very first time, film it, get my reaction out there, and maybe some Irish people would be happy to see this. Maybe some people back home are interested in seeing what the candy over here is like. So I'm just going to do this randomly. First bar I pull out is a flake, Cadbury flake. So this is just I believe it's just milk chocolate. I'll let you know if I'm wrong, but it is a sort of a long Cadbury candy bar. Cadbury is definitely the predominant candy bar company, candy bar manufacturer over here. I know that they're a UK company, I believe, owned by Mondelez International, which touches pretty much everywhere in the world. But Cadbury itself is a UK brand, and they do some production up in Dublin, in County Dublin. So we're going to give this a shot, see how it goes. It's very interesting. I don't know if you can see this here. It's basically just a bunch of chocolate that's kind of warped and wrapped into making it look like a tree branch. So that'll be an interesting thing to try out. The only thing I've done with this or seen about this candy bar so far is that it doesn't melt like normal chocolate. Something about the structure of it causes it not to melt if you just put it in a pan, which is interesting. But we'll give it a shot. Yeah, tastes like chocolate. It's really good. The milk chocolate is my first time trying Irish milk chocolate, really. And the milk chocolate is, it's creamy. That does make sense as to why they love milk chocolate so much here. It's not very bitter at all. There's not much cacao going on. But it's really good. I don't really know how to describe it besides it just tastes like chocolate. And it has an interesting texture due to how it's built, how it's created. So nothing crazy. Not breaking any walls down, not shocking me. We have stuff like this in the States. I'm not talking about Hershey's. I know America has a really bad reputation for having really bad chocolate. And to be fair, Hershey's is not good chocolate. If you think Hershey's is good chocolate, that's just because you love s'mores. That's the only thing that Hershey's is good for. Get Ghirardelli, way better American chocolate. There's plenty of other brands that are good too. But this is, it's good chocolate. That's the only thing I can really say about it. So put that down here. If I had to give it a score, I'd give it a straight 5 out of 10 because it's just chocolate. I like chocolate, not crazy chocolate nut or anything like that, but it was good. Okay, so the next one we have here, this is interesting. So one of the other big brands over here that I hadn't mentioned yet is Galaxy, another milk chocolate brand, obviously. So I think the ones that are in here are just the pretty much basic stuff. I have another set of candy bars that are a bit more complex, a bit more interesting. That I'll have for part 2 of this video. So feel free to come back, watch that video later if you're thinking that I didn't have enough of the interesting things or if I'm a bit bored by the candy. That's probably why. Okay. Let's break off a piece here. Again, it's just plain smooth milk chocolate. So it's probably not going to blow me away, but I am interested, again, to see how this compares to what we have back home in America. Actually, I like that better than the flake. The flavor's a bit more complex, I guess. It's still just milk chocolate, so it's not going to get crazy. But I do like the complexity of flavor there. It's good. It's again, it's just good chocolate. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. If I had to give it a ranking, I would put it above the flake just a little bit. The flake is interesting with the texture, I guess, but if I was going for good texture on a candy bar, I would get something that had crunch to it and had other things going on, which will be what I try in the other video. Also, if you hear any knocking, I'm so sorry. They're doing some construction next door because construction in Ireland never stops unless there's COVID. Okay, we're going to move along to the next one. Oh, perfect. So this is the plain Cadbury Dairy Milk. So this is the direct competitor, I believe, to this Galaxy Smooth Milk. Again, people in Ireland here love dairy milk chocolate. They call it dairy milk specifically. Don't ask me why, it's just milk chocolate. I guess you can make milk chocolate out of other milks, but they don't even call almond milk over here. They just call it like almond drink or something. I don't know. They just don't call them milk. Here we go. Break off a piece. Okay. Got another square here of the chocolate. This is the Cadbury Dairy Milk Chocolate Bar. Okay. Texture-wise, I like it more than the Galaxy. But flavor-wise, it's almost exactly the same. It's almost exactly the same flavor. It's good milk chocolate. Like, nothing crazy going on there. It's a 6 out of 10. Just like the Galaxy, people who claim one's better than the other, maybe they just have insane palates for milk chocolate, but it's the same thing. Or maybe they just like one brand better than the other. That's probably more what it is. Yeah, it's good. 6 out of 10. I don't really have a ton to say on these because, again, they're just milk chocolate. Okay, this one's a bit more interesting. So I got one more in there. This one is one of my wife's favorite candy bars. She actually spent a year of her life living in Switzerland as a child, doing a similar thing to what we're actually doing now here, a rotation through her work. Back then it was a rotation for her dad's work. But she grew up eating Kinder Bueno. Apparently that was just her favorite candy bar. She still loves it. Anytime we've been in Europe, she's, of course, gorged herself on them. So I know she's very excited for me to try this. There's a separate wrapping inside. That's interesting. That's something I find a lot here. There are packages within packages within packages. If you buy a big bag of chips, or as they're called here, crisps, it's not just a big bag filled with chips. It's a bag filled with smaller individual portioned bags. I don't know if that's just because they're trying to cut down on their portion sizes, which I guess makes sense because it is easy to just tear through a full bag of chips. But I don't know, it's kind of annoying and it gets loud and they should just have regular bags. I don't get it. All right, Kinder Bueno. I'm just going to break a piece off here. Don't get mad at me if I'm not eating this in a proper way. But Kinder Bueno, it is a bit more unique than the rest. There's something filling on the inside, and I think there's some wafer going on here. And Kinder is, it's got hazelnut in it too. But yeah, Kinder is a German company, I believe. And they're big pretty much globally. But it's definitely not a common bar in the States or a common candy in the States. So I'm going to give this a try. Okay. Significantly better than the others. The chocolate itself is, again, just milk chocolate. But on the inside, there's some wafer, and then there's a big cavern filled with what I'm guessing is like a hazelnut cream. It's delicious. It's airy, it's crunchy. It's just way more complex than any of these other candy bars that we've had. Granted, they're just plain chocolate, so that makes sense. I would give it a 7 out of 10. It's still not like the greatest candy in the world. My favorite candy bar from the States, if you're wondering, Butterfingers. I love the crunch. I love that stuff that gets up in your teeth and just bothers the heck out of some people. I love that. And I love the flavors. So I'm hoping that there's some more stuff like that in the future. Let's get to the last one, though. Our last candy bar for the day is Dairy Milk Golden Crisp. So just a variant, I believe, on their classic Dairy Milk. It has something on the inside that makes it a little crunchier. They look like these little nuggets or something, but it doesn't exactly say what they are. So, let's see. Golden honeycombed granules. So it's honeycomb on the inside? See, that's interesting. That's something that we do not have in the States anywhere. The hardest part about this is opening these little packages. I don't know if you just grew up opening these, but you can't tear through them very well. You have to actually break the seal. Unless I'm just weak. Alright, let's break off another piece. Okay. The Cadbury Dairy Milk Golden Crisp. Let's see if this is significantly better or about the same. Okay. There's something else going on in there at least. It's pretty overpowered by the chocolate, which I guess if you love the milk chocolate here, then that's a good thing. I think it makes it a little boring if you're going to add something to a candy bar. Make it completely different, make it unique. It's like if you took a Nestle Crunch bar and then just added like 3 more layers of pure chocolate to it so that it really drowned out the rice crunch that you get in it. So it's all right. I think it's still just a 6 out of 10 because there's really not much different from the original dairy milk. But I enjoyed it still. It's still good. It's still chocolate. You know, I can't go wrong with chocolate. So unless it's Hershey's. I'll say it. Unless it's Hershey's. But again, America doesn't have bad chocolate. We have great chocolate. Go to local chocolatiers. Go to Ghirardelli in San Francisco. There's great chocolate. That aside, I enjoyed all these. They're all great. They're not significantly better than what we get in the States by any means. If you're just going like base chocolate candy bar, sure, it's probably better than what you would expect to get if you bought the cheapest option at both places. But if you're going for like what your favorite thing is, it's not going to be that different. We need to stop fighting over it. It's great either way. But anyways, that aside, I'm going to bring out some of the more complex bars that are popular here in the next video. So stick around, come back for that video. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you're interested in seeing more of the content that I put out. Leave a like on this video. I can't wait to share more of my experiences here with all of you back home across the pond and also over here in Ireland, the UK, and anywhere nearby. Feel free to offer me any content that you just would love to see me make, especially if you're an Irish person living here in Ireland or living over in the States. What are your favorite things here that people in the States don't have or that you think that I might not have tried? Let me know. I'd love to give it a shot. And yeah, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day.